Welcome to the scare floor.
How do I become a scarer?
Yeah! Yes! I'm accepted! I'm going to college. It's official.
Go on, type it in. Come on already.
I'm so nervous.
We got a letter!
I've been waiting for this my whole life.
We did it!
We're gonna be real scarers!
I'm officially a college student!
Can't wait to start scaring with you, brothers!
Unfortunately, it begins with massive amounts of stress. 4 in 10 students say they endure stress often, and nearly 1 of 5 say they feel it all or most of the time. 1 in 5 say they have felt too stressed to do schoolwork or be with friends, and about the same number say things have been so stressful in the past 4 months that they have seriously considered dropping out of school. In 2007, 18.2 million students were enrolled in college. This is 39% of 18 to 24-year-olds. In 2012, 66.2% of high school graduates were enrolled in college or university. There was a 9.15% average acceptance rate among the 8 Ivy League schools such as Harvard, Yale, and Columbia in 2012. This stress is a result of trying to juggle as many extracurricular activities as possible to appeal to these colleges. Examples of these activities include varsity and junior varsity athletics, participating in plays and or musicals, being involved with music, singing or playing in the band or orchestra, and community service. All of this adds on to the stressful amount of schoolwork a child receives in a given school year. All students are trying to reach the goal of the perfect individual for college. Just as the picture showed, the female has multiple balls up in the air that she must juggle for a good shot at getting into college.
Here you see a typical student overwhelmed with the college process. The 3 steps include confident, frustrated, and overwhelmed. There is so much paperwork and preparation that goes into the college process, from the standardized tests to the applications to the college visits. This is a time-consuming black hole that engulfs your child at the start of their junior year.
What activities, clubs, or organizations were you a part of during your 4 years at West Islip High School?
Well, I'm a member of the varsity swim team. I also play JV and varsity lacrosse. I am sports editor of the school newspaper, and I'm a member of the class of 2013, which does homecoming activities and fundraising.
The hardest part about the process was definitely remembering all of my extracurricular activities to list because, you know, I'm just very active in the high school life and I get involved and I just listing all my stuff.
So I've done varsity cross country, varsity winter track, varsity spring track, orchestra, thirst project.
What are your extracurricular activities?
I do tennis and golf and dance and swimming, and then I do clubs and stuff because I try and be really well-rounded so that I appear better on the application and show that I can handle a lot of work while still focusing on sports and such.
What would you advise a student to get involved in to make their college application look desirable to a university?
Meaning extracurriculars, obviously, yes. I would try to say as much of a hodgepodge as possible, academic, non-academic, sports-related. And it sounds almost unbelievable that you'd be able to accomplish all of that while in your high school career, but it's what looks good on a college application.
Wrong-o. On the contrary, what counts most to college isn't how many extracurricular activities you list. What is impressive is how long and how deeply you have been committed to 1 or 2 interests, how much time you allot to them each week, and what leadership roles you have undertaken, as well as what you have accomplished.
All right, we're on page 61. She's got 5s in 4 APs.
We divide our applicant pool of circa 8,000 candidates into 30-plus geographic regions, and we pair 2 readers to each region.
With Caitlin on her being an inside-the-box kind of gal.
Inside the box.
Inside the box. How many would like to admit? Waitlist. Prior to the conversations we have here as a committee, the group has been significantly reduced to a really, really accomplished group.
He's a top tester.
He's got all A's.
4 varsity sports.
The first chair trumpet in the orchestra.
You ready for this? 6.4 GPA on a 4 scale.
Did he get all those 5s without AP courses?
Yep.
Oof. But we can't take them all, and so about 1,000 candidates are brought to be heard by the whole committee.
And the process of making those decisions is agonizing.
I'm questioning the edge here, however, in all her excellence. How many would like to admit? Okay, she goes to the wait list.
We're fully aware of the fact that the process is, I don't want to say flawed, but is making minute distinctions among extraordinarily talented kids. There are times, honestly, where I'm not sure why I put my hand up or failed to put my hand up. I'm kind of going with my gut here.
The night before her AP chemistry exam, she learned her father had an affair with a 23-year-old prostitute.
How many would like to admit?
One parent is a business exec VP with a master's. Both went to Harvard. He's got 3 SIBs at Harvard in classes 09, 11, and 15.
His family financial situation took a huge hit, and they lost their family store and all other assets.
When a student is particularly poor and are achieving an exceptionally high level, that will be a plus factor for that student.
Dad's alcoholism consuming the family. This is a quote from one of his essays. The alcohol-consuming poor Muslim family down the street with whom no sane member of society would want to interact.
How many would like to admit?
I am cognizant of some lives being changed, literally. On the other hand, yeah, I do feel badly. The months of February and March are simply no fun.
You all want to know the secret formula for getting in. To do our job well, an admissions officer must be on the receiving end of an entire nation's application panic. You didn't challenge yourself academically.
I'm worth $1 billion.
Endure the frustration of all the parents who just realized there isn't room for every organically fed, well-tutored offspring. Please step away from the car.
Do you like bun cake?
I do not. Let go. Of course, everyone thinks we're sadists, that we like saying no.
Gymnastics national champion, and my father is Cuban and in a wheelchair.
We are in this job for one reason, to say yes.
What was the hardest thing you went through during your college admissions process?
Remembering important things about myself. I have to say the hardest part was just waiting. Like, I knew everything I was going to write for my essay. I'm not going to toot my own horn, but my essay was awesome. And it was perfect, and I knew exactly what I was going to write about, and I had so much help doing it. But honestly, because I knew I was going to get into one of my schools, and it was my top school that I'm actually going to, but just waiting, I have anxiety to begin with, so just sitting there every single day, not getting a letter of any sort, I'm like biting my nails, which I don't normally do on a daily basis, and I'm like throwing up my guts, which is okay, I guess, but honestly, that was the hardest part about it, was just the wait.
The hardest part of the college application process was trying to make up stupid lies to make me sound better and more appealing to all these colleges, without a doubt.
What are you most scared of going into the college admissions process next year?
I think most that I'm not doing like enough and everybody's going to have an advantage over me because I'm not really good at anything particularly, so I do a lot of things like to try and show that I can be good at some things, but since I'm not like, I don't have a special thing that I'm really great at, so I feel like that's going to not set me apart.
I had tutoring since I was in kindergarten, and I never stopped. My parents spent thousands of dollars sending me to tutoring centers. I've had multiple tutors, I went to multiple centers. Yes.
What was your experience there like?
Well, obviously different centers have different experiences, but the thing with tutoring centers is look at the circumstance. Choose one that you think will help you, and know that sometimes it can help, sometimes it can't. So you really need to judge based on the circumstance.
The idea of a tutor, in my opinion, is if you're falling behind in a class, to go to a tutor so you can catch up. Because not all teachers can stay after school towards 4 and 5 in the afternoon and help you get back on track. You're only given that 1 hour a day, for example, in math. Tutors are meant to help you get back, on track. But in San Marino and around the entire area, tutors are meant to get you ahead. Meant to say, okay, well, as Rachel was saying, you could go buy a Barron's book for $11 for the SAT. Really what these tutoring centers do is that they basically they photocopy these books and they give it to you, they make you test and they say, okay, you got this score. Really, if you look at it, it's a huge waste of money. And it's created this environment of, okay, well, we're gonna spend as much money as we need for my son or daughter to go to tutor to get ahead and to do well on this test or on that test. And really, it's all about self-initiative. And I think another thing this culture of testing has done is that it's made people reliant on tutors, where you don't go to school anymore and you don't have that much of a focus on the actual teachers there or what you're doing in the school, because you know that you'll have tutors to help you out later on.
What are you doing? You're taking so long. We have a college meeting. What are you doing? Why is this taking so long? I've spent so much money in tutors. Do you know it? Are you going to get into college? I can't take it anymore. If you don't get into college, we're going to have a real problem. Do you know it? I can't take it anymore. You have a college guidance counselor meeting. What are they going to tell me? Are they going to tell me that you're not going to college? You got to go to school now. It's late. It's too late. Let's go. Come on.
We begin with secret number 2. High school graduation requirements are generally less stringent than college admissions requirements. High schools require fewer classes and a lower grade point average, usually a D average, in order to graduate, whereas most colleges and universities won't even look at a class that has a grade lower than a C. Which brings us to secret number 3. Your child must complete a specific combination of college preparatory or college prep courses in order to be eligible for college admission. These are minimum requirements and there's just no way around them. Your child can have a 4.0 grade point average and win every award in America, but if they're missing just one of these college prep classes, their application will be rejected automatically. This brings us to secret number 4. Not all high school courses fall into the college prep category. In fact, some classes that are required in high school for graduation are not college preparatory at all.
Dream big, prospective students. Everything you want can happen if you put the effort into achieving your goals. Always participate in the right kind of extracurricular activities and take the right level of academic courses. This is essential in ensuring success in your future. There is nothing to be afraid of. You can do it. Just be confident and prepared. Always remember the 7 P's to success. Proper previous planning prevents piss poor performance. Control your future.
Take 2. Kelly, hi.
Hello.
All right.
What do you believe the best thing a student can do in preparing for college within their 4 years of high school?
That's just weird. I can't even.
Bloopers! I really think. Was learning how to stretch in SUPA.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
It's recording already.
Yep.
You had all that stuff in it?
No.
No? All right. You're at an angle.
I'm not.
The hardest part of the college application process was definitely, come on now, the hardest part, fuck, can you restart it now? We're trying to do an interview.